I'm back to EFC TV. This is the Women's Euros review, obviously for the Euros, obviously which was more recently finished. So yeah, for the finished in one league. Obviously, obviously, but you know what? You know what? I actually thought Women's Euros this year was quite now. To be honest, you know what? I never really watched the women's show, so this is the first time I'm watching it really. Because again, I watched the women's World Cup like things like last year or the year before when it obviously went on. I watched that. I knew about that. I watched that, but I never actually like probably watched like a women's Euros. I never really probably watched it because, again, I think I never. No, it's a bit weird. Really. I never really watched it because again, I think it's a really good. I think it's a really good, interesting one. It was a really good, interesting Euro when we just watched it. It's quite good, really. It was really quite good because I like the way it was done because I think the Women's World Cup was good because I think the Women's World Cup was good because it was. But again, the Women's Euros that was really good because I like the fact it was a competition. Obviously, isn't as big as World Cup. Again, World Cup's absolutely massive because it's the biggest tournament in the world. I think especially in the men and women's football, it's massive. It's obviously it's some of the big obviously yeah. Obviously, I think the women's Euros was obviously was good, and it was different. You know what? I think the women's Euros was good and different. I like the way it was done. Absolutely like. Obviously, I absolutely loved the way it was done. I thought, wow, very good. So, again, I was scared. Different as well, and obviously it was interesting, obviously, and it was interesting as well. So again, yeah, it's quite interesting, good, really, interesting, obviously, and I think there was projects, ones. Oh, obviously, yeah. But I think, now, okay, I think there's moments during the women's Euros where like they had like good moments, and then there was moments where it was a bit okay slash a bit like I think moments where it was okay slash it was okay slash all right really at times, but again I'm saying that it was brilliant though. Yeah, and I think there's also moments where it was great. That's it. Yeah. So I think there's also moments where it was good, and there's moments where it was great. I think there's moments. I think moments during the women's Euros, which I thought, you know what, they were good moments. I think no. I think obviously moments where. Part of that. Yes. And as moments were. Well, now I think I see. Yeah, but okay. So that's the moments, yeah. So I think moments where the women's Euros was quite good because it was again. I think moments where the women's Euros was obviously. I suppose yeah. I thought there was moments during the women's Euros. There were good moments, and there was also, and then obviously there was like great moments in the women's Euros as well at times. So again, I thought it was really good, like the way it did. Again, I was like, you know what? I was actually glad to see, that happened because it's amazing, really. Obviously, yeah. Sometimes, sometimes showed. Now, teams products. Yeah. I think sometimes. Now, I also thought sometimes. Now, so I think some teams, during the women's Euros did well. I think teams like of Spain, Germany, obviously James. James Gunn, obviously, it's not James Gunn. But I don't think James done with. They're not James Gunn. Yeah, obviously. They were. Obviously, and sometimes where they showed how good they are, obviously. Now again, obviously, and obviously, great. Obviously, and sometimes I thought not football was gone, but I also thought there were moments where, again, obviously teams, not teams, but I think like countries showed how good their teams were. And again, I like the fact you had that where you basically you had a really good brilliant finger. You had a really good brilliant thing, because obviously you did. You had a really good brilliant thing, because obviously you did. I like the fact that you had, I think countries showed how good they were during the Euros quite well. I think a few good countries did quite well. Again, I'm going to mention a few in a minute, but yeah, some did really well. So, yeah. Obviously, how good they are, how good they are. Obviously, I think obviously some showed how I'm not saying not good they are, but I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah. And I also think I think moments, not moments going, but I also thought at moments, I see moments, yeah, but I also thought, let's give you guys, yeah, yeah, and I also thought there were moments during the Women's Euros where, again, some countries didn't show how good, I felt like some countries weren't amazing, or great countries they weren't, but again, some of them tried the arse to do, but again, they didn't. I feel like some moments didn't show good they were, but again, I was like, I wanted to really see, countries like Wales and Switzerland show good they are. And again, it's like, obviously you look at that, I think obviously you look at like the class of player that those countries have, and then the quality of them, because let's say it's not a player that's not great and he tries bad, but he's not good enough. That's it. And he's not good enough. But a player who is good enough, but he's not showing it. That's when you go, oh yeah, you want to. But yeah, it's really, it's quite different, really. Obviously, I think good enough. Obviously to win the Euros, and I think that obviously, and obviously, I thought the England women national team. I thought the England women didn't play. I don't want to say bad, but again, I thought at moment, not much gone up, but I also thought at times, yeah, and I actually thought at times the England women played decently good. So that's okay. At times, but at times they didn't play brilliantly well. Where they obviously lost. Obviously, I think obviously they lost to France 2-1. Obviously in the group as you were. But again, like I said, but what? It might be. I thought the England women weren't amazing or great in the. Something like the England women weren't amazing or good, but again, I thought the England women had good moments where they played well times. Chloe Kelly obviously won. No one will go off. I think Chloe Kelly, when she came on most times, helped England out. Helped obviously England women out, helped them get a draw or get a late win. I thought Chloe Kelly did well doing that as well. Again, she both played for Everton and Liverpool by the way as well. So again, I was cheering for her. I know she played for Liverpool. I know she played for Arsenal, but she's played for Everton women and Liverpool women by the way. She's played for Everton women and Liverpool women, which I didn't know she played for us and them. I'm not but I didn't know she's played for us and Liverpool, which is something I never knew that. Mad, but there you go. Yeah, but you know what I mean? No, yeah, but like, you know what I mean? No, it's really, yeah, but like, you know what I mean? It's really just because, well, you know what? I actually thought, I thought the England women at times during the women's Euros didn't do amazing or great, but again, at times they did really well. They obviously beat teams like the Netherlands, Wales. So again, they obviously beat teams like that. But again, I also thought at times England didn't look great at all. At times where they had, most would lost the ball and they didn't really do the good at me and stuff like that. But again, they didn't really do that. But again, obviously, you got to think this goes because I think the England number one. I think England number one women's goalkeeper, Mary Earp. Mary Earps, obviously she retired from national football again. Obviously, but obviously you imagine that was unfettered, right? Then obviously they had to bring in the number two. I think her name was Hampton, wasn't it? I think obviously she came in obviously to replace her. So again, you know what? Again, she's obviously a young keeper. She's really never had. She's never, I think, but imagine she's obviously played a few minutes for a club as you were, but again, I don't know if teams play, but I don't know. But again, you man, she's obviously had a few minutes, so with a team as you were, but again, I feel like obviously for it must be like I'm playing for England now. I'm the number one. And it's that thing of like I want to keep the shit along, keep it. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. Obviously, like that scenario really. I was like, oh, it's no. So yeah, I think obviously England women had a few players. Obviously not available to play for the Women's Euros. Obviously, they had a few players. I think they did I think they brought a few players. I thought they brought a few. I think like some players has come. They obviously got other players that other England women players didn't obviously weren't able to be weren't able to go, but then the ones who weren't able to go obviously they give out the call of other England women. I think players like Carter and Nielsen brought like Morehouse again. There's obviously a lot of them who they brought in. So again, you imagine I think but okay, I think. Yeah, I think also Serena Wigman, she did again. I think it's really weird. Serena Wigman is a manager. I think Serena Wigman is a really good. If that's a manager, she's really good at it. Like she's like probably good because she's really good at it. I like the way she does things. I like the way she does things. I think listen, I like the way she does things. She does things differently. It's like wow, like she's a really different man because I think. If it was like, I'm not. Oh, I was gonna say something that was really controversial, so I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, I know. Obviously, and I think England didn't play brilliant at times, but at times England obviously played well. I said that obviously, and I think obviously England, obviously look, I think obviously England looked like about as just as what I said obviously, and also I think obviously England looked like they had a few key players missing. Yeah, except for that was the four really. See. Obviously, players missing. Obviously, and the goalkeeper obviously retired from international football again. It's really, it's a bit disappointing to really see. Obviously, she's retiring again. But listen, you imagine there's obviously reasons why she's done it. Listen, I don't know why she's done. Maybe she's done it for like personal reasons. I don't know. Maybe she's done it for a long time and she wants to concentrate on. Maybe she's getting old. Maybe she wants to go and do a club career more and then. You imagine that's obviously up there. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, new ones. That's obviously new ones replace. Obviously new ones new ones replace came in. Obviously Herbs. Obviously, I think obviously players like Herbs obviously retired. Then I think obviously Hampton obviously had to come in. So again, England did have an just one. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, yeah. England, obviously, so that's it. So that's England. Well, obviously, so that's England. So, sorry, part of that. I think they will. Obviously, Hampton did good. I think obviously Hampton did well for England. They obviously in goals. She did really well for England goals, so she did well really. Obviously, yeah. Obviously did a good job in obviously for England as well, and obviously she also did a good job, obviously she also did a really good job really good job, yeah, and she also did a good job, not good job, going off. I think she did really well, playing for the England women in the Euros this summer, obviously, and I also think she did I think she did really well I think she also did really well in the women's Euros finals again. She did absolutely. She did really well in that game because again it was tough. She plays in Spain, so again I think there was other teams like Spain. Now I think it was, I did, but I don't mention who obviously won. So who obviously won as well. Obviously, yeah. I think now I've just been on England. I'll go on about the other team now, but obviously, it's really, it's really interesting because I think so. Okay. So things like So things like I think obviously it's like other teams like so I think it's like other countries like sort of Spain, France, Germany. I think like okay. Okay. Now I think if I was to pick the best teams in the Women's Euros this summer, I'd have to go with Spain again. Spain showed how good they were. I mean, Spain were a team, an outstanding, like a really world class. Like probably, I don't say the best team because like, obviously the best team won the Euros. But again, you just look how if I was to pick the best teams who I think played in the Euros this summer, or not Euros, but obviously the Women's Euros. Sorry, but in the Women's Euros, I have to say Spain again. Spain really showed how good they were. I was like, wow, Spain are really, really properly really good team. The way they play out, the pace, how fast they are, I was like, wow. Like I was like, oh, because basically, like I remember doing like because I remember doing like like the group stage part, and I remember doing like the group stage matches, and then the the quarterfinals. In fact, I remember that when we were doing it, obviously, but yeah, it's mad because I was just like, wow, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, man. Then obviously you also had on. Then then obviously if I was to if I was to my second one would probably be France again. I think not France gonna, but if I was to pick my second one, I'd probably say again Germany came really close to Spain. They were that Spain. I think Spain and Germany, but both of them were really. I think like both Spain and Germany were both two really good, like really world class quad team. Because again, the way they play is like wow. Not obviously, I think like okay, so I think like, not saying we're going, but okay, I think I'm not okay, I think I'm not saying we okay, so I think I think obviously like I think like both teams. Obviously, I think like both teams are obviously different. So I think like both Spain and Germany different teams because they are. But again, the fact both of them showed how good they were, and I think like every game they had, both Spain and Germany showed how good they were in every game. It's like wow, like because you see how much it means to them to win that. I mean that's like as Spain Germany wins World Cup or something like that. It's really I thought it was amazing about it. Obviously, yeah, and then I think if else then the third one would be France again. I think France had a good, solid, good work again. I think France had a good World Cup as well again. I think not World Cup. Wasn't World Cup? Not World Cup. God no. But I thought, so I once in World Cup for not World Cup. God no. But I also thought that France, they had, France had a good chance to win the Euros as well again. But I think like France showed how good they are, and I think they came close to win not close to winning, but I think like France were a team that obviously a shout out for not France gonna, but so I think obviously France were a team. Again, France were a lot like Spain, Germany showed like they really were like they were going. A fair times France weren't great, but again, they're a team that they want to show good they were in the shows, and I love the fact they did that. It's like wow, like you're seeing a really good side. So I like the fact that you're seeing teams do that again. Like I've watched like many like World Cup, like England, obviously the men's one now. Obviously England like men play, like England like obviously the England men obviously the you see that play against and obviously don't win the World Cup of Euros because again we haven't England won anything since 1966. So again, it's that thing, but yeah, it's mad. I loved how it was done though. It's just, but yeah, I think the England women, the fact England women have won, but I've won a World Cup, won a Euros. It's like wow, oh my god, amazing! Like you don't ever see that. It's just crazy. And that's the one was. Well, obviously, yeah. I think okay, obviously, yeah. Obviously, yeah. If I was to pick, I don't know if I thought again, I think of fourth. You know what? If I was to pick a fourth one, I'd probably say I feel like Netherlands weren't like too bad. Certainly France were a good. Certainly France were a team that we're obviously going to come second or first. Their team maybe come like third or something like that. But again, I feel like if I was to be third, it'd be France again. I think France against you're a good they were. So yeah, I'm gonna go France for that one. Obviously, yeah. I thought if you obviously I can't. But again, obviously, I might get you an after, but yeah. It's just of my opinion. But well, obviously, yeah. I also thought Hannah. I think Hannah. Yeah. I say Hampton. Obviously, yeah. I also thought Hampton did really well. For England against Spain in the final. Obviously, I think in the Women's Euros final again, she did really well because she did. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, eventually England won the Women's Euros for the first time in I think was it a long time or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, something like that. Obviously, yeah. But in general, I thought the Women's Euros actually was quite a really enjoyable. Was actually a really good, a really enjoyable, not enjoyable, not enjoyable, God no. You know what? I actually thought the Women's Euros, you know what? I actually thought the Women's Euros was actually a really, really, you know what? I actually thought the Women's Euros was actually really good, interesting. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed doing videos for it, and I really enjoyed doing it. But you know what? In general, I thought it was really, really, really good. Absolutely loved, watching the Women's Euros. Actually really enjoyed watching it, doing videos for it. You know what? In general, I actually really enjoyed doing it as well. I actually, not doing it gone a bit weird, and I'm not not doing it gone, but not, okay, so not doing it gone though. But obviously, not mean with that. I was not, okay, so I was So, okay, also, sorry about that, guys. So, okay, so I'm not doing gone though, but you know what I mean, though. You know, but in general, I actually really enjoyed doing videos. I think I was doing videos for it, watching it. So, okay, you know what? In general, I actually really enjoyed watching it, doing videos for it. In general, I actually really enjoyed it. So, really good, yeah. Obviously, Obviously, guys, let me know your thoughts comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think it was very good? Think it was good? Think it could have been better? Or obviously, did you watch the women's final? Listen, are you happy? Okay, so listen, are you happy and glad that England won it again? Are you thinking should have got lost? Do you think Spain should have won it, or anything like that? Do you think that should have happened, or anything for that? Really, but yeah. Obviously, also, what are your thoughts on the women's football and sport? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think you should, they should I don't know what they do really, change things in it or anything like that? But yeah, obviously, first, obviously, yeah. Also, don't forget as well. I want to give a shout out to Illiman, FT, I know the dude's name. I'm trying to remember now. Obviously, yeah, I want to give him a shout out. I also want to give a massive shout out to DJ, not DJ Gunno. I also want to give him a shout out to Illiman, FT, DJ, I think his name is, yeah. Obviously, I'll give a massive shout out. So I'll also give a shout out to Illiman, FT / DJ, I think his name is. Obviously for leaving comments. You know what, mate? Thank you so much for leaving comments. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. No, really, I really do. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much, mate. You know what? Yeah. Oh. Okay. So there's. Okay. Let's not forget as well. Let's not forget as well. I want to give a massive shout out to Illiman, FT. I also want to give a massive shout out. I want to give a massive shout out to obviously DJ. Not DJ. No. I want to give a massive shout out to obviously Illiman, FT, / DJ as well, and give my shout out to them again. Also, mate, thanks so much in the comments. I absolutely really appreciate it. Thanks so much. I really do. Obviously, I haven't seen any other videos recently. I did the rant preview for the obviously our game yesterday. We got beat 2-1, so obviously I did the preview for that. I obviously did that. I think it's like 2 nights. The other night did that. Yeah, can't remember that on page, but yeah, no, that was if you want to see more great videos like match previews, match reactions, obviously match 11 shows, also great videos like that as well. I also want to see exclusive videos like Mac and Mason 11 show wins topics. Yeah, that's it. So that's it with okay. So that's it with topic. Yeah, and you also need obviously other great videos like with topics. Obviously, I think other great videos like that as well. Obviously stuff like that as well. Yeah. Also, if you're interested in wrestling, obviously, go and check out Muro channel, the Wrestling UK. I recently did the preview for SummerSlam. Obviously, I did the preview. I did the obviously preview for SummerSlam. I did the thing for obviously the preview for SummerSlam. Go and check that out. Really good video on this guy that worked really on it. So I really appreciate you going to check that as well. Really good channel as well. We can do on that because I do. Obviously, yeah. If you want to see more great videos, if you want to see more great videos, go and subscribe to EFC TV because that's what it does. Obviously, yeah. You know what? I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to EFC TV at youtube.com because it absolutely massively helps the channel out. The channel keep going, improve, get better. Don't just do all that really. Again, it helps that massively because it does. Obviously, yeah. You know what? And I'd really appreciate it if you would share it on Facebook, share it on obviously Twitter.com. I feel like okay, so obviously, yeah. And also, I'd really appreciate it if you would share it on Facebook and obviously Twitter.com as well. Again, helps massively do that. Obviously, yeah. Don't forget to give a like, leave comments. Obviously, yeah. Don't forget to give a like, leave comments. Obviously, yeah. And also, don't forget as well. Also, if you subscribed already, don't forget to press the notification button / bell. And if you're not subscribed, go and press on the subscribe button, and then go and press on the notification button / bell, so you can hear about every single video of the channel as well, stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah.